the Water Valley School District Monthly Board Meeting, sponsored by Bank First of Water Valley.
I will call the meeting to order. Please bow your heads for the prayer. Heavenly Father, thank you so much for allowing us to gather today. I want to first offer prayers for our country. And Lord, as we walk into this meeting today, I pray that you would help us to make sure that children in our district know that they are loved and valued, that their brilliance will be seen and appreciated, and that our teachers and administrators will be safe and keep them safe and help them to learn and grow. And as we seek to make decisions today, I pray that you would help us to keep those children at the center of everything that we are doing and talking about. Go with us and guide us so that we might glorify your name. We ask these things in your name. Amen. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all. Good evening. We are going to move to item number 2 on our agenda, which is the adoption of the agenda. So have a quick look through.
I did add a couple claims and I added a recommendation today.
Is there a motion to accept the agenda as it stands? So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Any opposed? Okay. We'll move to item 3, approval of the minutes of the last meeting. Take a moment to familiarize yourself with the August 18th, 2025 minutes. Has everyone had a moment to take a look at those? I have a question.
All right.
Can you remind me what UMCC stands for?
University.
University Mississippi Medical Center.
Okay, I think it's supposed to be UMMC,
Yes.
but it's not reflected that way in the minutes. So if we could just
Yeah,
get that
Look
shift.
at that.
It's
It's
Two M's.
UMMC, University of Mississippi Medical
So
Center.
did you MCC,
Yeah,
University of Mississippi Community College?
that's great. I thought maybe I just,
I'll change
No.
it.
which is highly possible.
I'll make y'all sign on mine, but I'll change it. Y'all can approve them as amended and I'll change it.
Wonderful. Is there a motion? Well, are there any further questions? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve the minutes as amended?
I'll make the motion.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Are there any opposed? The motion carries. Thank you all. All right, we'll move to item 4, just kidding, item 4. Financials. Randy.
Cash on hand August 31st in district maintenance was $4,318,398.15. The fund balance August 31st was $4,417,329.45. Last week, the auditors were here and did their field work on site. Of course, we're not done with it yet. They're still waiting for some directions from OSA. They haven't released their complete and total audit program out yet, but they came in and did that and found nothing. So they were here and actually he hired someone that is a business manager that's retired, so had someone that has experience as a business manager and an auditor, so it was a little more questions asked, but nothing was, it was all fine.
Thank you.
I was the first one with this district, was the first one they've done in FY25, so we should be one of the first ones getting our report back, so hopefully once OSA releases their stuff and the federal guidelines, hopefully we'll have our final audit report by December, hopefully. So,
Awesome, thank you.
other than that, unless you have a question, I don't have any update. Everything's going smooth.
Good. Any questions about the financial update? All right, hearing none, let's move on to item 4.2, the claims docket.
That instructure, that's one of those programs, I can't think of that one, and, you know, I've tried to remember it.
Instructions will be Master Connect.
Yeah, Master.
We are used as our benchmark assessments.
That's just one of, that's a yearly deal. That Howard Solutions, for 6,400, that's our annual firewall protection. That Varsity Spirit Fashions, that was, out of cheerleading, that was for the Devil Doll uniforms. The Brent Villains, that was homecoming t-shirt. Other than that, there's really nothing. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Seems pretty straightforward.
Do it.
Seems pretty straightforward.
Yeah. Still, the stuff that we ordered back in July is still kind of trickling in, so.
We already paid for the doors, didn't we? That was one.
No, we haven't paid for them yet. I think they've installed one that I know of. They haven't installed any over here yet.
Yeah, they got both of them installed, just waiting on the handles for the door going into the high school from the junior high. The junior high's done,
Okay.
elementary's done, so that'll be on the next.
Yeah, that'll be the next one. Which we saw quotes on that, and doors aren't cheap. 3 doors, I think it was 16, 18,000. The other bid was over 20, so.
Are there any other questions about the claims docket? Thanks, Randy, so much. Okay, do we have a motion to approve all the claims in the total of $194,950.07? That all claims are fair and just?
So moved.
There's a motion, is there a second?
I'll second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? The motion carries, thank you.
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed, no, we didn't have any electric bills. They're still on
Yeah.
hand. But y'all gave permission to pay,
We pay them when they
to
come.
pay them when they come in, and so there may be, next claim docket, you're gonna see the electric bills twice, but y'all gave permission to pay fundraising, things like that, so, and that was, this is a perfect example of why.
So we don't get the lights cut out.
Yes, let's keep the lights
Surely they
on.
wouldn't cut our lights off.
No, they wouldn't, they better
I
not.
don't know, we need electric commission.
Do we get,
Man.
do
We
we get,
know all those electric commission people also.
That's true.
do we get credit for all the times we went without power?
Don't we, Miss Person?
It's ridiculous, man.
Y'all need anything else from me?
No.
Thanks,
Thank-
Randy.
thank
We'll
you,
call you if we
Randy.
need. I appreciate you.
See you later.
See ya.
We have a variety of action and discussion items before we get into that. We'll go to item 5.1, which is public comment. Do you have any public comment? All right, hearing none, we'll move to item 5.2, the Yalobusha County Education Fund discussion.
We're pleased to welcome Dr. Andrew Myrick and his wife Jackie with us today, and I've been speaking with Dr. Myrick a few times over the last month or so, and Miss Jackie about he has an idea to establish a trust or a foundation or an endowment, I guess I should say, called the Yalobusha County Education Fund. And if you would, just kind of give us your idea. There's no action or anything tonight, just discussion, and then we got some, as we progress through our strategic plan, if, financial goals are part of our strategic plan, and that's something that he wants to, take a look at and see how he can work out and come up with a goal himself for establishing an amount of that fund.
Yeah, and I apologize, the acoustics I couldn't hear.
Do you want to come up here?
The acoustics, I can hear you, I'll let you about that. But I couldn't hear all this conversation y'all were having about.
Can y'all hear him?
We
Yes.
I
Yeah,
can't.
okay, yeah, because sometimes with my hearing aids, my wife tells me I'm mumble. So it's just one of those deficiencies of old age. Jackie is president of the Alumni Association of Northwest. And I've been going there for the last, I don't know, several years where she's been on that board and walking around the campus. And I think they've done a remarkable job. They're nationally recognized. I don't know if y'all recognize that, and about how they've grown. It's a beautiful campus, and they're trying to reach out to other parts of the community, which I think is great too. They have a foundation that was started, I think, 15 or 20 years ago, and I think that's really helped the university help the students with financially. I don't know what else they do with the money from the foundation up there. So I got the idea when I've been going up there for several years with them, and I keep thinking about, why can't a community do that to supplement their growth and development and education? And the last year or so, I've had some really serious health problems. And I met Brendan Presley, and we found out about the foundation here, and I met with people from the Northwest Mississippi Community Foundation about a donor advisory fund or something like that. I'm learning a lot, a whole lot about endowments and foundations. My idea of the fund is it is a growth fund, and it needs to have a vision of how it's going to be utilized, because I would like to see us somehow get the community more involved in recognizing that education is one of the foundation pillars of any modern community. And it can be used as an economic engine of growth. When I look around Water Valley and I see Grenada, I see Batesville, and I see Pontotoc, Water Valley doesn't have the 4-lane highways, and they don't have the 4-lane highways to Oxford. And so you say, what are the benefits if I want to live in Water Valley? Well, you know, it's nice people, a long time ago, but let's face it, it could be that you need to really develop to be the #1 rural education community in the nation. You got to have a will, and you got to have some community becomes involved, to develop it. I see translation from the brick and mortar. It's going to be different. It's going to be probably personally, classrooms are going to have a personal development track for each child, and they're going to develop it in certain ways. A lot different than the way it's done right now. So you've got to step out of here and go 20 years from now and say, what do you want your school system to be teaching? And what can it teach between there and there as it goes through the transition? And so, like I often do things, I just decided, well, if we're going to do it, let's, giving up a little money, that's the easiest thing to do with this, okay? The biggest challenge we're going to have is get the community engaged. And I've reached out to the University of Ole Miss up there. They've got a Gresham McLean Institution for Community Service and Community Engagement. I haven't met with them. Like I said, I just decided to do this, and I started reaching out to certain people. I went to see the base camp, the facility, and talked to Kagan. And so I'm not sure, I'm still trying to understand. I found out Water Valley's got, it's 2 districts, not 1 district. The reason I said education was to include everybody if we can in the community. And also your supervisors now get a lot of money from Amazon. a lot more than they used to. It cannot be touched because of compliance issues, you know, for the state, which I understand that. But I still think maybe that can still be breached. I don't look at things like that as a wall or a mountain to climb. I always, it's something to step over and see if we can figure out how to develop it so that we can have a future, not just for the students. And that's something that's hard to learn for the people to understand. It is for the students. It's for their intellectual growth. But it also can help the people that's in the community or comes in the community to improve their life. Because I see education also transition from 12 years to lifeline order. These people going into technology, they're going to have to be evolving continuously or whatever it is. And I've had grandsons recently, they graduated from high school. One in welding, one in the electrical thing where they climb the poles and do all the electrical stuff. I don't understand yet why a child stays in the same school system for 18 years. He doesn't know about money, how to buy a car, one thing about investing money, and things like that. So somehow, not just here, but our nation, when you look at the average in the nation, 55% is all the nation matches to, on average, for local communities. The local states pick the other part up. And trying to visualize where do you want a financial goal, because you gotta have a goal, you know, and you gotta lay out a plan, you gotta teach different people, bring them all together. So I wanted to meet with y'all, and I encourage you all, give me a call. You know, look at your I would like a copy of that study y'all having too, and try to reach out. I know mainly I see y'all's board as probably just trying to make everyday payments and keep things going. And I compliment y'all for getting the strategic plan, but you know, make it. My vision needs passion and inspiration, and I'm looking for somebody that will work with me and my wife. And for her, really, I really have some serious heart problems. And try to carry something forward and carry it to completion. And not just start, stop, start, stop. So it takes planning, it takes thoughts, it takes a little money. Like I said, money is the easiest thing for me to do is to put some money in there and give it out. It's going to be hard to get the community truly engaged in recognizing how important education can be for the economic development of this community. So that's my little speech. That's where I'm at with all this. I'm looking for somebody to work with me and my wife, and then I decided I'm going to try to get the vision until we see this study y'all got going, and try to work it into that, and maybe put input into it or something. Not that I don't have a lot of insight, because I don't know if I was a teacher, what in the world would I try to teach children with this AI and all that stuff? You know, but I see the education, the teachers are going to have to be strong role models for communication, for critical thinking, for working with children and helping them with those endeavors, how they communicate, interrelate, so they understand the critical part of it. I played ball, I learned something about Sept discipline and working with the team, and I did not understand the word corporation from my school system in my football. You know, I didn't know, I didn't have the communication skills I needed to. I went to Dale Carnegie course after I got to med school to really learn communication, because I realized I was deficient in a lot of areas of human interaction. I shouldn't have had to do that. Okay. So anyway, that's where I'm at, and I'm glad to meet y'all. Hope to meet y'all further in the next few weeks, and we can talk and, maybe, hopefully, get Water Valley on the road to really growing its educational system. Okay.
Thank you so much for being here, and that's, that's great that we have people that want to pour into our school district like that, and so, Dr. Meyer, once we get this strategic plan settled, I'll be in contact with you. You got my cell phone, and so I look forward to working on this with you, even though I might not be the person that can take it over, but we can find somebody that can.
And just to let y'all know, I did reach out to the superintendent in Oxford and give him my number, asked him to give me a call, asked the secretary to give him my number so he could call me if he wanted to. I've never heard from him.
Oxford?
Uh,
Oxford?
No.
Coffee bill.
Coffee bill. And I'm not gonna be pushing people, I'm not gonna push people. You know, if people wanna, you don't lead with a stick.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
That's right. Thank y'all for being here.
Sure.
Really appreciate it.
Okay.
All right. Lots to think about.
Yes.
It's interesting, a lot of these areas concerned for the very things we spoke about
I know.
in the
Exactly.
strategic
Yeah.
plan. I mean, it was just like
It's kinda
check
like
mark,
check,
check
check.
mark.
I know,
Yes.
I wrote it all down, and I was like, oh, we have all of this, it's great. And that last piece that he was talking about, a lot of people term soft skills, I would say they're like essential skills, but people skills are the big thing that our employers around here said kids are lacking, not just our kids, but kids right now. So,
Well, it was really, when he came to speak to me about it, he was very pleased that we had engaged in the strategic planning process. So that was one of the things that,
great.
he was very interested in.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Drew, for taking the call. All right, is there anything else, any further discussion? And let's move on, please, to item 5.3, which is the Kids First proposal.
We have some title money that we have to have obligated by September 31st and spent. Well, that was the original plan. They pushed it back a little bit. So we had to get some plans together with a couple companies to spend this money. And one of the things that both buildings wanted to look at doing was teacher effectiveness. And so we have a lot of new people in new positions. So we're already doing mentoring and things like that, but we want to just continue it. And it's money that we have to spend. So we got two proposals. One's for Kids First and one's for, we'll talk about that one in a minute, but the first one's for Kids First. And my thing is to leave it kind of broad, leave it as teacher effectiveness. If they want to use it for math, they want to use it in different subject areas, they want to use it for the Desmos calculator, they can use it. And I want to go out and get the resources, have these meetings with these people, and then leave it up to the principals to decide where they want it and when they want it, and let them do that. So the first proposal is for Kids First, and we've got them for 7 days. We just basically told it out for as many days that we would need to expend those funds.
It says 7 days of professional development.
Mm.
And are you asking us to take action on this by
You
approving
have to
the
approve
contract?
You have to approve
Okay.
the contracts.
So is there a motion to approve the Kids First proposal?
I'd make that motion.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
I'll say.
There's a motion and a second on the table. Is there any further discussion? Do you feel like this is I appreciate the broadness of the request. And what I heard you say is then school level leaders will be directing the action
Right.
based on the funding that we're approving. And do you feel like this is gonna move, what are we hoping to, I know we have leftover money, but what are we hoping to see happen?
We need to build, the biggest thing is, with us, is building teaching capacity. Giving them the resources they need to be successful. And, we were able to do that for many years. Build them, support them, and keep them. Find them, and sometimes you don't get veteran teachers here. You get teachers that need growth and need to be, need to grow under you. And so this is my whole idea for this. It's kind of the same approach that I use at the high school is to get them what they need, get them mentors, get them people that have taught. Actually, you know, it's good to have a mentor, but if you have somebody that's been a top-notch math teacher that's coming in there and teaching you the ins and outs of it, you're going to be, you have the likelihood of you being successful much higher.
So I'm hearing like a two-pronged strategy. One is at a classroom level, like kids be successful, and then a secondary line is teacher development and retention. Okay, that's helpful, thank you. Any other discussion? There was motion and second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries. Let's move to item 5.4, performance-based education company.
This is for slightly 16 days, some more days at the elementary because we obviously need it based on data and things like that. They need more help in certain areas. So we've got a lot of young teachers, different subject areas, new teachers. We need some help in our math department down there. So we got 16 days at the elementary.
Can you help? I'm sorry. Are there questions? On page 57, there's a rubric. It has vendor 1 and vendor 2.
So this is something that we should be doing with federal purchases. We should
Yeah.
have a rubric to determine the effectiveness of these programs, years in business, things like that, services they provide. There's always a list of testimonials. So you really want to, when you start, the consultant game right now is really, there's so many out there that you want to make sure that you got somebody in there that's reputable and that is, you know,
Yeah.
that can do what they say they're going to do. So this is kind of a rubric that we use for effectiveness to determine who we select.
And is this a comparison between two different vendors?
Right, so one is performance education group, one is the excellence group. The excellence group didn't give me any quotes on time.
Okay.
So they didn't meet the deadline that I gave them for giving me
Long-term.
contracts.
Are there any other questions? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve the performance-based education company proposal?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Alright, moving on to item 5.5, family and community engagement policy.
This is an item that we tabled at the last board meeting. We do have district policy. If you read through here, the language, the word policy is kind of a little bit misleading. It's more of an assurances saying that we will do what we say with the money, and what we'll do is we'll file this and upload this to an MCAPS account that will keep us eligible for federal funding and things of that nature.
So if I'm remembering last time we tabled this because there was the assurances document and we were checking to see if there was a policy on the books and make sure that they weren't at cross purposes.
Right.
And this is the assurances.
This is the assurances. It's not going to have any effect on our policy. Our policy is kind of, this is.
And our policies aligned
Right.
to what we see here.
Yes.
Yeah. Are there any other questions? Is there a motion to approve the family and community engagement policy?
So moved.
There's a motion, is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? The motion carries. Let's move to item 5.6, disposal of assets.
So when Dwayne left, one of the things he needed to do was clean up his items, sensitive items that he needed to dispose of. So this is just a list of things that are either no longer working or no longer serviceable. Old Chromebooks, 6 to 7 years old. It's 5 years old.
I reviewed them all today. I think it says every one of them is no longer in service.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all very old. It's all computers.
At 5 years old for a computer, a Chromebook that kids been touching every single day.
That's a lot.
You get them 5 years old, you're doing pretty good.
And if memory serves, we can do this as a package.
Yes.
Is there a motion to approve the disposal of assets?
So moved.
There's a motion, is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? The motion carries. Let's move to item 5.7, the instructional management system.
Catherine and I were talking earlier, this is not something that has to be approved tonight, right now. We can approve it at the next board meeting, but one thing that she did point out was that on page 4, the curriculum is listed, but it's not the curriculum that we use. The curriculum that is listed is just standards. So the board's responsibility is to approve curriculum. So what I would like to do is table this and then get a list of approved. I thought we'd already done it, but we haven't. That's my fault. I couldn't find anything either.
Yeah.
Is we need to, the board needs to approve the curriculum that we're using. We discussed it, but I don't think there's been an approval. So what I'll get Ms. Lipsy to do is add the actual curriculum that we're using to this instructional management plan, and then we can approve it at the next board meeting.
And y'all, this feels like a bunch of like jargon stuff, but just curriculum or the materials, it's like your math book. Standards are the things you ought to be able to do after you do all the work in your math book. And there's a policy on the books that says the board should approve all curriculum materials so that we don't end up in a situation where we feel surprised about curriculum materials that are being taught in a classroom. So we'll wait until next time. All right, we will table item 5.7. Let's move to item 6, the board members report. I have 2 things. One is last time on paper and electronically, I think I emailed to everybody, the draft that Dr. Jackson sent of our strategic plan. So we're like almost there. I would like to make that draft available in electronic form on like a Google document and share it exclusively with the committee that we have been working with all through the year to allow them to see the draft before it moves to final and offer comments on it electronically so we don't have to all find a time to get together. And I talked to Drew about also offering a virtual like office hour in case you are someone who, like me, needs to talk it out a little bit. Like, what am I looking at? Answer this question. Just to hold that optional if folks want to come and ask questions or have a verbal overview of what they're looking at in the document. And then, so let me pause. Does that feel okay for you all as a thing to do?
I mean, it makes sense to me.
Yes, I'm good with that. When did you email it?
Last board meeting, she sent it to me did
I don't know that I got
I
it.
think I got it.
I didn't get it.
Kinda late now.
I was waiting, okay, I didn't get nothing.
Okay, that's my apology.
Okay.
My
Because
bad.
I completely missed that if you did.
No, I didn't have it.
All right, I don't feel so
On
bad.
August 18th, you said the draft priorities.
Yeah, that's it. August 18th, our last board meeting. I should have forwarded it to your email inbox. But you know what? Maybe I didn't, and that is highly likely. But maybe I just sent it to you. Regardless, it doesn't matter. I can
Please
email.
resend it then.
I'll resend it. Put it at the top of your inbox. It'll be great.
Yeah, I don't have it.
That's on me. I will resend it or send it for the first time. And then make it an electronic document and share it with our committee. We'll hold an office hour. Y'all are welcome to come, of course. It is totally optional, so we can hold it down. And then I will connect back with Dr. Jackson. She can meet with us any Wednesday morning in September. Her time is pretty limited. But she's much more flexible in October. I talked to Drew. He said it's fine for our stuff to wait till October. We're going to see some test scores in, so I think it kind of makes sense timing-wise to like finalize that. So do y'all feel okay with getting back together with her? And this would be just the board. It would be the final. We would take all the feedback we got from our committee on the draft, send it to her. She should come back to us with a final product that we can ratify. Does that feel okay? Excellent. I will spare the meeting trying to negotiate calendars, but I will send a couple of options.
Sure.
And we can go from there, if that feels okay. Awesome. Thank y'all. I think that's all I got. How was the Crosstown Classic?
It was great.
Good.
Yeah, it's great. We had just a little, not really real big fisticuffs. Just shoving on the field, but
All
no,
right.
it was wonderful. It
Excellent.
was okay.
I'm happy. Okay, thank you. That will conclude the board's report. Let's move to item 7, the superintendent's report.
I've got just a few things. Of course, golf, volleyball, cheerleading, band, everything's underway, full swing right now. Everybody's performing well. Football's 3-0. Like you said, we had the railroad rivalry last week, and we won big, and it went well. That's always good when you can bring both those communities together and have a peaceful
Railroad rivalry, I called it wrong.
event. Now that's my Crosstown Classic, whatever it is. Let's see. Oh, the Grand Ball. I don't know if y'all saw that on social media. There was so many people here.
Heard lots of good.
For the Grand Ball. It was both
Lots.
parking lots were full. So it was really a cool little thing that they did at the elementary, and it was really, really great that they did that. Thanks to everybody in the community that supported it, the Rotary Club that donated the pizza and all that. So that's just a little happy thing that happened. We had homecoming next week. And we have the parade is next Thursday. I believe lineups at 5.
Yes.
Parade starts at 5:30. It'll conclude at the City Park with the pep rally. So Dr. Person and her crew brought that back last year, and it was a huge success. How many you think we're gonna have as many vehicles in there this year?
I think we will.
Okay.
I think we'll be a few more.
Well, good. And I'm looking forward to that. That was a great thing. So just aside from the school thing, it is a school thing, but we did get final accountability results back last week, and the district will remain a high performing rated district. The high school still very high performing, and the elementary remained a successful school. So it was a long, like in Cajun cooking terms, it was a long gravy. It felt like to get there. It had to make a long gravy to get to it, but we did it, and they did it, and proud of them, even though we overcame a lot of adversity. And it wasn't just us. This is the first year since the inception of the new accountability model that every single tested category dropped from the year before. So I don't know the cause of it. I like to speculate that it maybe was a switch to the DRC company from Questar. New people making the test. But that's no excuse. We want to get better. We know that the odds are going to be stacked even higher next year with the new accountability. Cut scores will come out probably beginning in the first of this year, and so they'll be higher. It'll be tougher to get to each level. So we're looking forward to that challenge. It seems like there's always kind of, whenever I start, things get started back over again. So I have to be the comeback kid one more time, maybe. So, but we did achieve that high performance status. So I'm proud of our teachers, our administrators, and our students. So that's about all I got.
Thank you so much, Drew. Let's move then to item 8, which is executive session, where we will consider recommendations. Is there a motion to consider executive session?
So moved.
There's a motion to consider executive session. Is there a motion to remain in executive session?
I'll make that motion.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
As a hometown bank, Bank First is proud to offer top-notch banking products with perks that support local businesses and people who support their communities. We believe our towns, no matter the size, deserve the best products and the best customer service, an experience we all deserve. We're hometown banking at its best. Do you bank with us? You should.
The Water Valley School District Monthly Board Meeting, sponsored by Bank First of Water Valley.